All right. Welcome to North Carolina Zoo, day 1, trip day 4, which was actually trip day 5.
Oh, wait, this is... Oh, I messed that up. Sorry, I just made these because I was busy, so I kind of made these... So that's... Of all the things I could miss, that's probably the best thing to miss.
What?
This should be day 5, and the last one should have been day 4.
That's what I'm saying. So it's trip day 4, but actual existing day 5.
Yeah.
But it's the 4th day of exploring animals.
Should I change it for the future ones?
No.
Okay.
We'll just it's the 4th day of exploring animals.
Cool. Yeah, day 4 and the actual day 3 and the actual day 9 we don't talk about.
We don't do math here.
Yeah, these are animal education, not math education.
That's right.
Anyway,
animals don't care what
North
day
Carolina Zoo is considered one of the best zoos in the country. I do have to say, rolling up and seeing that when you're rolling up in a space that you would have to be going to that zoo to see because it's in the middle of nowhere, the sign saying best zoo in the country is a little like, okay, guys, chill out. But yes, it's a really good zoo, and it's best explored over 2 days, like we did, because a walk from one end to the other is about 3 miles.
And kind of the beauty of this zoo is because they have so much property, the habitats are huge and very appropriate. So the animals can roam and wander, and so instead of saying, "Oh, we have all this property, we can have 1 billion exhibits." They have a lot of exhibits. They have a lot of animals, but they've given every animal like sufficient space.
Well, a lot of space.
To be natural, to live their natural activities.
Yes.
And that
For
kind of thing.
example, their grassland, the Watani grassland, is 40 acres.
Yeah.
And that's for 9 species, including the southern white rhino.
Right.
Which, if you want to learn more about that, check out the podcast on. Indianapolis. I didn't get to look over this, guys. I'm sorry.
This is in real time.
Check out my podcast on the Indianapolis Zoo if you haven't already, because we go over the southern white rhino and even talk about the ones at this zoo a little bit.
So, and to give you an idea of 40 acres, so if any of you that follow us
entire zoo
live
is like
near us
2,800 or something,
and know where the Carmelite campus up in Darien, that including the church property and the station is 50. With the church and its thing pulled off, it's 40. That's 40 acres.
Wow.
If you don't count the church. Okay, it's 40 acres. So that's how big we're talking. I mean, the pond, the property, the everything. Yeah. Yep.
So, but this zoo is also conveniently split into about half. There is the Africa side, which we did day 1, and the North America side, which we did day 2.
We recommend doing the desert, which is in the middle, both days. Because it is amazingly cool.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, if it's a hot, humid day, the
desert's
desert
awesome.
is dry.
So it feels cool no matter what.
And the air conditioners, which I bet are for the humidity.
It's
like
the
you
humidity
can stand on them. It's really good. Yes.
You know that's why air conditioners were created?
Yes, you told me this.
Yeah. So air conditioners...
Probably because we went to this zoo.
So science side fact, they originally, printing and, papers and inks and whatnot, ink was smearing and paper was not running properly. So they asked some guy to create something that would solve that problem in the warehouse in the manufacturing facility. So he created effectively the air conditioner, because what an air conditioner primarily does is suck moisture out of the air. And that was great. It solved the problem for this, paper and ink printing company. But then he realized, hey, this also cools the temperature in the room. And Carrier, I think his name was Carrier. I think he created the Carrier air conditioning company because it was Carrier, that's where air conditioning comes. They didn't really create it to cool things down. They didn't care if the employees died from heat exhaustion. It was not their concern. It was that the product was getting ruined and needed less moisture. So
yeah, but also they'll be opening an Asia section at the zoo soon, this year or next. Kind of in the center as well.
Yes, yeah.
A whole Asia section with like Komodo dragons, tigers, gibbons, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And that was, it was pretty far along when we were there.
Yeah. So let's start with the African side of the zoo.
Okay.
And first up we have the lion. I know, shocker. We're talking about the Africa section.
And most even 3-year-olds know that the lion is Panthera Leo.
Really?
I don't know. Well, okay. I think because of on TV shows, on cartoons and stuff, they use.
Oh. Yeah. So here, this is my best figure. It is a lioness. Lioness? We're not misogynistic here, so we don't care.
Well, if you want to eat, you make friends with the lioness.
Yes, because they're the ones that actually hunt. Yeah. So anyway, unsurprisingly, class Mammalia, order Carnivora, family Felidae. Yeah. So, again, similar to the serval from last episode.
Basically,
it's a cat.
Muscle.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, there are subspecies. Currently, there's the southern and northern subspecies. And the northern subspecies also has a small population in western India, which is called the Asiatic lion, which is kind of treated as a separate population for breeding purposes. However, in zoos, most lions are just called lions because they've been interbred so much that, like, it's not worth it.
It's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, it's just lion.
Yeah.
And also, well, yes, it is good to preserve subspecies when possible. If you introduce a lion into lion habitat, it'll probably be fine, regardless of the subspecies. Because the subspecies is, like, local variation, and especially in lions, it's not as extreme as it is in, like, snakes, where you can have completely different color patterns. Yeah. Anyway, so this lion can be found overall in Mediterranean, hot desert, dry forest, shrubland, savanna, and mountain habitat. And they have existed, this species has existed for 2.58 million years, so since the Pleistocene, the Ice Age, which was not all ice. Africa was still, the climate was slightly different, but it was still Africa. And modern day, today, it's found sub-Saharan Africa and western India. So, sub-Saharan Africa is split up between the southern and northern lions, and then the population of, a very small population, one preserve, of northern lions are found in India. However, they used to spread out, all that was interconnected, and would include northern Africa, not the Sahara, but, like, up, like, north, and then into, like, the Middle East and onwards to India, and even, like, Greek, like Greece. So a teeny bit into Europe, not much, but a little bit into Europe. However, as climate has changed and people have hunted other subspecies, like the Barbary lion, I believe the Barbary lion's extinct in the wild, and that's a subspecies. But, like, other subspecies, like the Caspian lion, are just extinct. And so, nowadays, you can only find the lion in sub-Saharan Africa, and that small population in India. But, yeah, so, lions, obviously, big cats. That's not just a name because...
they're big.
5'3" to 6 foot in females, and 6 foot to 6'10" in males.
And that's, okay, now I want you to stop and think about that, because you know they're big cats, and you hear they're 5 feet tall. You know, I mean, 5 feet tall.
Length.
Oh, 5 feet long. 5 feet long. But even their height. So we went, Lincoln Park or Brookfield. We went behind the scenes, and you stand, I don't know if it's like 3 feet, there's a line.
Yes, there's a line.
And they say don't get closer than 3 feet to the cage, because, of course, he can stick his paws out. I don't care how many times you've looked at a lion. You have no concept of how large a lion is until you've stood 3 feet. I mean, their paw... I mean, you look at them and go, wow, they have huge paws. No, they have enormous paws. I mean, and they're big... The term big cat is so literal, I can't even explain. If you can do a behind the scenes of a zoo and get within a few feet of a full-grown lion...
And this was back when they had Brookfield, the old male and female, before they passed away, and they got the 2 young males.
Yes. They are just... massive. There is no other way to say it.
Weight 240 to 316 pounds in females and 350 to 496 pounds in male. So males can reach almost 500 pounds.
Yeah, and that's muscle.
Yeah,
I mean there's the body fat on these.
The manes don't account for much.
No.
Also, the manes are mainly to protect them when they fight each other. Yeah. And also some amount of display. Yeah. But anyway. Lions are famous for warring, but the thing is, have you ever really heard an actual lion war?
Yeah.
Well,
I have.
Because at this trip, we watched the male and female hanging out. Oh, yeah, they did like that's camera for some reason. They kept staring. But yeah, so if you're listening...
Yeah.
So the male and female are calling. If you're listening, the male and female are both calling right now. Yeah. And this was at the North Carolina Zoo when we saw them.
Yeah.
I like how they sync up.
Yeah.
So also the females do war too. I mean,
Yeah.
we're watching it right now.
The female, yeah, they will help defend.
Actually, fun fact: if the females really like the male, I believe they will help fight off a rival male.
Yeah, an interloper.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they like.
If they feel their male is worthy.
I believe specifically okay, I might be thinking of that specifically from the Hamadryas baboons, which spoilers, the next animal. But yes, I know that if especially with, I'm not sure it's as much in lions, but especially with Hamadryas baboons, if the females like their man,
they feel like they're living a good life, and he's taking good
they'll help
care
fight
of the community and providing.
Especially, we'll get into that later. But so. Lion wars are crazy here in real life.
Yeah.
The only thing that could be crazier would be on safari, sleeping in a tent at night and hearing that in the distance.
Hearing that, yeah.
Because one of my friends watched this video because I was showing my friends, and he was actually scared.
Yeah.
Like actually.
You need to have Summer come on and talk about that.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, have her come on the podcast and talk about that.
Yeah, but that was really cool to see lions warring. Yeah. And also, the fact that they were playing and snuggling, which is rare because they sleep 20 hours a day. That's not a myth.
Yeah.
You hear that all the time. That's because it's true.
It's true,
They sleep a lot.
And she really did, like, push him around. He was head over heels, devoted, starstruck.
Yeah. By the way, right after this, like, she was snuggling with him, and I think he pushed her off a little.
And then she, like, threw him. She's like, no. This is the good spot. I'm laying here.
Yeah.
You can get next to me, but I'm laying where I want to lay.
Yeah. But still, it was really cool to see these animals.
Yeah.
And also, everyone knows that they hunt. They hunt wildebeest. And
yes.
They can hunt buffalo. And some populations do hunt young elephants.
Yeah.
It's very large prides in very specific environments, and these prides have done it for generations.
Yeah, they've gotten good at it.
But the average lion doesn't actually hunt elephants. Yeah. But they hunt like zebra wildebeest, even up to Cape Buffalo.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the lion, Panthera Leo. Next up, we have the Red River Hog. I love these guys. They're so cool. No, Pumbaa's a warthog.
Oh, he's a warthog.
But this is the Red River Hog. Potamochoerus porcus.
Porcus.
Yeah. I did read that and like these guys. Again, the name of the domestic pig is Sus domesticus. So the genus name of pig is Sus.
Yeah.
For any of you among us knowers, I guess. Yeah, the pigs are Sus.
Aficionados.
Yeah, pigs are Sus apparently. Anyway, so class of Mammalia, order Artiodactyla. So again, related to like even the hippo, penguin hippo from last episode, and family Suidae.
Yeah.
So when you say sui, you're just calling all animals in the pig, which does include murder pigs.
Murder pigs.
Because murder pigs aren't actually true pigs.
Oh.
Also, we're talking about peccaries. That's our nickname.
Peccaries.
You're all like,
murder pigs,
what's a murder pig? Yeah. Peccaries, which are in the Americas. They are very similar and closely related, but they are not true pigs.
Technically, all pigs are handy to have in case of murder because they'll eat everything. Bones and all.
Yes. Yeah, so, again, they are omnivores. Length 3'3" to 4'9". Again, these are ranges that there's always exceptions in the range. Height 1'10" to 2'7". So it's a pig. I mean, it's large, but it's not like a.
But it's not massively.
Not like those pigs that they got at Columbus Zoo. Oh my God, those guys were rotund. Anyway. Their weight for this pig is 99 to 254 pounds. So, it can be
pig-sized.
Yeah. Omnivore. But here we can see them eating hay. I got a video of one eating hay, which was cool because usually they're just laying around or just walking around. So it was cool to. We were there like right when it opened, so they I think feeding the lions were just let out. Yeah. It was feeding time for the Red River Hogs. Usually he's just munching.
Oh yeah, and
away.
they just opened to let the animals out into the habitat, so they all kind of go out and explore.
Yeah, that's why the lions did their daily territorial call. Yeah. Which I should say that is a territorial thing. They're saying, hey, this is my space.
Yeah.
And it can travel 3+ miles.
Yeah.
Sorry, small lion tangent. Back to pig.
Pig.
Anyway, lives in marsh, swamps, savannas,
space.
rainforests, lakes, and rivers of West Central Africa. But again, I was talking about how savannas can be quite forested. Yeah. These guys really prefer rainforests and swamp, forested habitats. So you're not gonna find this guy just randomly in the middle of the Serengeti. He's gonna be around trees and stuff. Which this forest that this part of the zoo was in was great for them.
And for the most part, roots. They're eating roots
Roots.
and not marshmallows,
And
mushrooms
leaves,
and
things like
leaves
that.
and that kind of
But
thing.
you know, if there's a small animal, I mean,
Protein.
yeah. I mean, most herbivores will do that.
Right, but for the most part, these guys are rooting around.
Yes, with
whatever's
their
on the ground.
noses to sniff out food.
Maybe bugs that are crunchy on the outside, creamy on the
And
inside.
also, these guys were really close. I don't know, because like a lot of zoos have red river hogs, like in like a hidden back exhibit, like Brickfield Zoo's in the forest area, or like they're in a multi-habitat with other animals. But this was cool.
Yeah.
And I found during research, which is why I have a picture of a mom and baby, that the females make nests to give birth in, and then they have the little babies in there.
Oh, cool.
It's like a leaf pile on the ground nest, but still, that's cute. I thought that was cute. Yeah, so that's the red river hog.
Nice.
Oh, we need to do books.
We need to do books.
So we'll do lion and red river hog in the all the mammals of the world.
It's the great big book of everything with everything inside of it.
And
See
by
the
that,
world
I
around
mean
you.
like half the book is like bats and mice.
This book's the perfect guide.
Which bats are not rodents, but yes, there's a lot of bats and a lot of mice. So
They look like rodents.
you look like a rodent.
Yeah, but I don't have wings.
Yeah, but you're annoying.
Well,
So I'm defending bats.
everybody
so
needs a special skill.
I don't really care about my dad's feelings at this point.
Everybody needs a special skill.
Well, oh, it's coming to the lions, which is, we proved is over here. Gotta be here. Yes.
Lion.
So yeah, you can see here. Here's the. So we were talking about lions. There's like different kind of subspecies. You got northern African, and while this is technically in the same subspecies, the Asiatic lion looks different. And then you have again subspecies are kind of just a dark wall kind of thing. And then here you have the more southern lions. But yeah, so this is the African lion.
Cool.
Not much to say. They're lions.
Yeah.
You kind of know what they look like.
exactly like lions.
Yeah. And then the other animal, the red river hog, which, I mean, technically, I think they could cross paths, but it's very specific populations, very rarely. So, but yeah, here's the red river hog. Its closest living relative is the bush pig, which red river hogs are also sometimes called bush pig. So that's nice. But yeah, so you can see they are red.
So did
And they live like this part of Africa. So this is like the Congo rainforesty area.
what do you do? Native, Aboriginal, whoever lived there first, domesticate these? Droopy ears and white.
No.
No.
Also, I don't. No, they. Well, their ears are kind of more like Ben.
Okay.
But no, I believe all pigs come from the wild boar of Europe.
So there was never a group that kind of domesticated any
Not
of these.
that. No, I don't believe so.
Okay. I just.
But yeah, good hypothesis.
Yeah,
Well, Buddy and Dinosaur Train called them hypotheses. And I don't care if technically a hypothesis is different, like I've been taught in school. I don't care. I'm working with animals. I'm not writing papers. I might help some guy look at an animal for a paper, but I'm not writing papers, so I don't care.
Yeah.
And if I do write a paper,
we don't have to get the scientific.
just bury this tape. Anyway, on to the
we don't have to get the journal submission formats correct. That's what I was trying to say.
Hamadryas Baboon.
Hamadryas Baboon.
So I got a set of figures from Toy Manny. You can buy these packs on Amazon for like $30, but you get like
a billion.
15 of these really good animals.
Yeah, they're really detailed.
And
they're really
the
good.
monkey packets of monkeys I've never heard of, like the Patis monkey, and the Madagascar pack is insane. You get like animals like the Tenric and Fusa that you just don't get anywhere else.
So this guy, like all baboon, red hiney.
Yes, which that specific pad back here, which also is like geladas and other baboons have, is called the Ischiocalocitus, and basically it acts as a giant cushion because they sit a lot.
So it's like having a bleacher.
Yeah.
See, the thing you carry to the bleachers when you got to watch
On
your
your
kids
butt.
in band or football. Yeah, they just have one on their butt.
Yeah. And in females, it does swell during the breeding season to alert the males that they are ready to make the baby monkeys.
Yeah, make with the baby
And
monkeys.
yes, baboons are monkeys.
Yeah, they're
They
not
have
apes.
a tail.
They're monkeys.
They're monkeys. So you can call them monkey, big monkey.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway. Also,
And so, okay, so would it be safe to... So they have this big fur...
to be clear, this is the male.
This is the male.
The females are like that without all that extra
And
fur.
so would it be safe to say, same as with lions, not only is this for show, but when they're in battles for territory,
yes,
that this helps
and geladas
defend
are
them.
similar as well. Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
so a lot of this fur it's hard to get your claws through fur and cause damage. So that's why a mane, because this is kind of like a mane on a lion.
It is a mane.
That's why these exist in some animals that have to defend their territory.
Class Mammalia, order Primatus, family Sauropithecidae, which is old world monkeys, which is all the monkeys across the pond from us. And yes, those monkeys our monkeys are different. None of the monkeys we have or apes have these ischial
built-in bleacher cushions.
Yes. But a lot of old world monkeys do. Mainly baboons, but I do believe other
Prehensile or no?
No.
No, not prehensile.
No, not These guys actually live in more mountain areas. That's even like savanna, shrublands, and even desert.
So prehensile is when a monkey or an animal can use its tail as kind of a fifth grabbing point, because it can curl around things. They can't do that. So this would be more for balance, like other animals use their tails for balance.
Because these guys, like they sleep in, like, cliff faces. May not, like, geladas sleep in extreme cliff faces, which is another baboon. But these guys do, like, rock faces or on top of, like, big plateaus or something. And then during the day, they go down into, like, savannas and shrublands and deserts around them to forage.
Oh,
Realize not, like, the Sahara, but, like, they live in desert, like...
So they do, like, a little daily migration.
Yeah.
I mean, just...
But realize these guys are more open, more hot, dry terrain than you would expect for a monkey.
And they sleep up in the rocks, I'm assuming, because that's easier to defend.
Unless and basically nothing can get them besides a leopard.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
and
easier
also
to
in
defend.
their range, leopards are so rare nowadays that it's really not even a threat to them.
But originally, because it was easier to defend, safer for the troop.
Yeah.
To be up in the rocks at night, and then to come down during the day.
Yeah.
When it was harder.
Geladas are crazy. So they live gelada baboons. They're very similar, and I've watched a documentary. Well,
it's on his brain.
The Kratt brothers have an episode where they followed them around.
Right.
And they had a donkey that just kept running away. Anyway, it's really funny. They would stare out at this field of, like, hundreds of baboons, and they'd be a donkey that had wandered off in the middle of the night, and it's just over there.
It's like that carrier pigeon at Steve's
farm. Anyway, so they actually live on these plateaus, and then at night, they crawl down the cliff a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm talking, like, almost like mile-high sheer cliff face.
Oh, so they go down quite a bit. It's not just...
Well, they don't... Well, to be clear, these guys live at the top and go down a little bit.
Oh,
But the point is that they're on... Like, if they fall, they're dead.
Yeah.
There's no... Yeah. And these guys, I believe, do something less extreme. Like, they go on, like, a rocky hill or something.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just something that would be harder for something to run around and get them because it's rocky.
Let me look this up real quick.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not... Hamadryas Baboon. Thank you.
Not talking out your bleacher cushion?
Yeah. Behavior and ecology. Requiring cliffs for sleeping and... Yes, they do sleep on cliffs. I'm not crazy. Well, I am, but not that crazy.
Not for that reason.
Yeah. So, also, I'm talking about how they live in massive groups like the geladas. But the thing is, like geladas... Okay, they're very close. I wouldn't be surprised if we opened that book and these two are very closely related. Anyway, so these baboons, they live in a big troop, like hundreds troop.
Oh.
And then each part is like a male with a couple females and kids. And all of these little troops form a big troop. And so while we were there, I don't want to watch this whole video, it's kind of long, but if you see here, this male is moving to, like, watch his babies and females, and as we progress through the video, another female who got mad at one of their babies, like, approaches the group, and the male is very tense. Like, if you can see, like, right now, the male towards my right side is very, like, he's upright, he's alert, while this female's kind of on the left is kind of inching towards the group, and eventually he decides to just move his troop away. So we almost witnessed some drama.
Yeah.
They decided not to, but... Oh, yeah, so to be clear, here's... Okay, so they're just baboons.
Hamadryas Baboon.
But you can see, here's Hamadryas Baboon, male.
Yeah.
And then Gelada is on this page. But you can see, like, relatively similar big mane, and even other baboons, like the Guinean baboon, like so...
Yeah, and this book's arranged by relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, all baboons are are the same relation. They're all in the same genus. But yeah, I guess, like, phenotypically, so visually, the Hamadryas would be closest to, I would say, the gelada, or maybe the Guinean baboon. So yeah. So sorry for getting out of tangent of a different ape, but
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I
It's
think
interesting.
Also, you can see here, like, there's. I don't know. I was just talking. You can see there's a group in the back. There's a group right here.
So it's kind of like a residential subdivision.
Yeah.
It's so big. There's a lot of families, groups, and
think of like your block.
yeah.
Let's say you live in a subdivision, or
yeah.
even in an apartment building.
Yeah,
Your building is the big troop.
Is the troop. Yeah.
And then your individual apartment with your family. Or
And you
house
probably
is the little
have
troop.
the apartments right next to you or houses right next to you. You're a little closer and know each other better than the rest of the building or subdivision or whatever. Kind of the same thing. So they're basically a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though,
More so than you would think of one male, one female, and everybody's subordinate to those. Did you just accidentally hit your key?
No, I gave you the key.
Oh, then I didn't do it. Somebody probably just... Here, we'll be right back.
I want to make sure no one's trying to. Oh, we're good.
No, that's fine.
It
Somebody
wasn't
probably
alcohol
just...
problem.
No, it probably just...
All right.
Their alarm.
Anyway,
Catastrophe averted!
so that's the Hamadryas baboon. Papio Hamadryas.
Papio.
But speaking of pop, we have Sarcoramphus
King
papo.
Vulture.
King Vulture. Now, I know we're talking about the Africa section, but this guy was outside the Desert Dome, and he is from Central and South America. So this is the King Vulture. Very pretty bird.
Yeah.
Their heads are crazy colorful, and that coloration can show their health and status. So, like, a healthy old male's gonna have a very bright face.
Yeah, and
a sick
clear white feathers.
And a sick young male's gonna look like crap. So he's not gonna impress things as much. Yeah. But also, all vultures' heads are naked. Well, there's a couple that aren't, but the ones that they have naked heads, so they can reach into carcasses and eat the meat.
Yeah, there's no
without getting
feathers, so they don't get
or dirty.
little pieces of meat and blood in their feathers.
Yeah, so that's why they have the big face.
Yeah.
And also, fun fact: these guys are large. 2'2" to 2'8" long, 6 to 10 pounds, which for a vulture is quite heavy.
Yeah.
And then wingspan 4 foot to 7 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, big birds. And they are unless you're in the Andes with an Andean condor, which is like one of the largest birds ever.
Yeah.
Alive today, not ever. One of the largest birds, one of the heaviest, largest flying birds alive today is the Andean condor. So unless one of those shows up, this guy is the biggest guy at a kill of an animal.
So he gets priority.
Yes.
He gets priority seating.
That's kind of important because he can actually rip the carcass open with his powerful beak. And then once it's more open, the little vultures can actually get in and get to the parts they can eat.
Right.
So that's why multiple species of vultures can coexist next to each other.
Yeah. Because he's going to tear apart and get kind of the bigger bits. Then he's going to be full. He's going to wander away. And the smaller species have evolved to take care of the rest, going down and down and down and down until you get to a skeleton.
While they use their size and their big beak to like get themselves in, surprisingly, compared to other vultures, they're actually less nippy at carcasses because they don't really have to worry about it.
They probably you're irrelevant to me.
But also, these guys, you will only ever really see one at a carcass because they live alone or in pairs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the one... Also, for example, the pair... We saw a pair there at the zoo. Well, the second day we saw a pair. The first day we just had one. Which, this guy is eating a little rat, so you don't want to see that. Look away. Or if you're listening, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so this guy was just eating... But you can see how pretty his face is.
Yeah.
Also,
really, it's also that there just be one or two.
Yeah.
Shows how much they can really rip open a carcass. All on their own, they can accomplish that for the rest of the food chain.
Yeah, and also again, the waddle specifically on the front is definitely for display because the turkeys do that.
And really, you'd be this eating big stuff, and then smaller vultures, and then smaller little animals. And then all the way down to insects would be the last bits to get in, then bacteria.
Yeah.
There's like a whole series of, we're just going to leave bones. And something may take bones and eat the marrow.
Which is even a species of vulture in Africa and Europe.
that drops them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
watch my Crazy Bird podcast if you want to learn about the lammergeier or bearded vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the king vulture. And also, these guys are alone or in pairs. But the thing about turkey vultures is, like, we see them in groups all the time around here.
Yeah.
And even at, like, if you are in an area with turkey vultures, and you have a turkey vulture in an outdoor exhibit, whether it can fly or if it's in a cage, other turkey vultures will just go hang out with it.
Yeah.
Like I know at many zoos that have had, like, a vulture that most likely couldn't be released. Most vultures in captivity are wounded.
Whatever.
Yeah, they can't fly. They can't see well.
Can't hunt. Yeah. Or
scavenge effectively. Yeah. You'll see them in a cage, and on top of the cage, there'll be two wild ones just sitting there.
Yeah.
They just like to hang out.
Well,
that's neat.
As scavengers, because if one of them goes,
yeah. King vultures,
they all just kind of go.
There's actually, we now know that these vultures, like most vultures, use scent and vision to see their food. There was actually, before we started studying this species specifically, we actually thought they just followed other vultures and didn't even use their nose.
Yeah.
Now we know that at least they use some olfactory sense.
Yeah, they can,
But they follow other vultures enough that there was a myth made that these guys rely on other vultures to find their food.
And I'm sure they do if you see 4 vultures flying around in a circle, every other vulture's like, wonder what's for dinner.
Yeah, so they live in temperate grasslands, savannas, rainforest, swamps, and in mountain areas. So, Central South American. I could have seen one of these in Costa Rica, but they are quite rare.
Yeah.
Yes, I did go to Costa Rica. That was this year, which is crazy.
You would have had to sacrifice one of your travel mates.
Yeah. Well, but I saw like hundreds of turkey vultures and like at least like 50 black vultures.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but speaking of an animal I did see in Costa Rica, the Peleides blue Morpho. Now, if you watched that episode of the Costa Rica podcast, we have upgraded from Lego set to this very nice puppet. Now, why is this important? So everyone, if you recognize a blue Morpho, it's this.
Yeah.
The blue wings.
That's what you see, typically.
However, why I saw them most often, and how you can kind of see in the picture I took. So the video, which I will play, is from the zoo. The picture is from Costa Rica. In a butterfly house, because it was the ones I kept seeing in the wild were either too hard to film or were completely asleep.
Yeah.
You'll see the blue morphs flying around. But if these guys are standing still,
you see that.
Yeah, so this not only is camouflage, it's brown, but if a predator gets too close, they see these big eye spots and think, at first they're like, oh, is this a butterfly? They get close, they think it's like a snake or some big predator, and they're like, nope. And they leave.
Typically all you think of is this.
Yeah.
You don't think about, this isn't as commonly known.
Yeah.
That this is what's underneath.
Yeah. So, this is like defense, scare off predators and hide. Well, this is show off the female.
Girl.
Yeah. Or male.
A male.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not sexually dimorphic, so either way. Yeah. As adults, they drink nectar, so nectarivores, as the caterpillars eat plants.
Yeah.
If I'm writing down a diet, I focus on the adult, but yes, the young caterpillars eat leaves. Live in dry forests, rainforests, swamps, and mountains. I personally saw them in mountain rainforests and in like lowland rainforest. And I believe they caught the ones to breed in their butterfly house from around there, so then they also were being found in the dry forests.
Because they were being released in there.
Yeah, so I do have pictures of ones from the wild. This is my best picture.
Yeah.
And this one was in a butterfly house, but it was a local animal, so... Yeah.
Very cool.
And that butterfly house was cool too, the one in North Carolina.
Yeah, that was
because
really
it actually had some of these more exotic species.
Yeah.
Which nothing wrong with this, but a lot of butterfly houses we see tend to have a lot more native species, which makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Local conservation, local education, what they could source.
Plus, I assume at the end of the season they release them.
Yes, they can release them to breed, so like they can crystallize and then release them, which is a great thing to do.
Yeah.
But it was still cool here to see some more exotic species. Yeah. Wingspan 5 inches to 8 inches, so not small for a butterfly, but not giant either.
Right.
And then a class Insecta or Lepidoptera, which is butterflies. Actually, I think that might include moths, and then Nymphalidae is butterflies. Okay. Let me check that. Let me just do like blue Morpho. Peleides blue Morpho. Just one, there's lots of species of blue Morpho, but this is the most famous.
This is really
accurate. So Lepidoptera is butterflies and moths, and then Nymphalidae is largest family of butterflies.
So
most butterflies are in Nymphalidae, but then the order includes all butterflies and all moths.
Yeah. But this is really accurate.
Yes.
This is really accurate.
Yeah, we saw this. We got this at the North Carolina Museum, which will be the episode after next episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Made by Folk Manus.
Oh, yeah, they make really good. I have a lot of puppets from them. They make really
they're
good.
really... But, I mean, the color, the pattern...
And they've been getting
really
a lot
accurate.
better over... Like, not that their old ones are even bad, but they've been getting pretty good with their puppets over the years.
Yeah.
I will say they are a little pricey.
Well,
but
the accuracy.
I mean, So, we forgot about books again. I need to work... Either I need to stop doing the book sections, which I don't think we will.
No, we got to keep doing the books. Books are good references.
But, I got to keep... I'm sorry. I get in the zone and talking, and I forget about them.
That's okay. We catch up.
So, bird book. We need the king vulture. Okay, falcons, fun fact, are not closely related to other birds of prey. They're in their own group. Same with owls. So I have to actually go find the hawk section. There we go. Hawks, eagle, and then that will give me the vultures.
That's why we like to, because the way these are organized, they're very nice reference books.
I can't find the king vulture. It should be easy.
Yeah.
It's not like he looks very
solid
weird.
black and white. And...
Bro, I'm losing my mind. What? Where's bro?
He's got to be right here somewhere.
Cape, ripples, griffin, sunderbill, Indian, white-rumped, white-backed, Himalayan, hooded, white-headed, red vulture, cineris, lappet-faced vulture.
Harpy.
There's...
Black.
Wait a... No, he's in... Oh my god, I know what... He's a New World vulture. He's not as closely related to all the other Old World vultures. There he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's more closely related to condors and turkey vultures. That's why I was losing.
Okay.
Yeah, like monkeys, there's Old World vultures and New World vultures. So here's the king vulture. You can see South America and up into Central America. Very pretty. Also large, but it's not an Andean condor, but you know. That's the one other vulture that will actually push it out of the way is the Andean condor. But yeah, so that's the king vulture.
Cool.
And then leave that book out because we'll need it.
Oh, so that was our 5.
Yes.
And now.
Well, butterfly.
Oh, I see.
I actually do have butterfly.
And Great Big Book of Everything with everything.
It's also
inside.
ironic because Dad just got me
an
actual Great Big Book of Everything from the show. Invertebrates, arthropods. Not earwigs. My dad despises earwigs. They don't crawl in your ears, by the way. That's a myth. And they're also great moms, by the way.
Oh, good.
Okay, grow up. Yeah, so this is a Peleides Morpho. See, 3/4 inch to 4 and 3 3/4 to 4 inch. It is one of the larger nymphalids. Its caterpillars can produce a noxious defensive odor. Oh, so they're little caterpillars.
They're little stinkies.
Yeah.
Stinky piggies.
And then as adults, you think it's a giant predator. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so just something interesting as I'm looking here when we were in the butterfly tent. This butterfly, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see through its wings. You really can see through its wings.
Yeah.
They really are transparent.
Yeah, this was a cool butterfly house.
Crazy.
And this also was kind of the center of the zoo.
Yeah.
So anyway, our bonus animal.
Bonus animal.
Is the tawny frogmouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I know these two shots look garbage, but I swear it's good. So, almost every zoo I've been to has tawny frogmouths.
And we were starting to think that they were mythical.
They don't move.
Yeah, ever.
They are nocturnal, and their strategy is they look kind of like a piece of tree.
It's hard to see them.
Bark.
Even if you know they're there, you gotta
They
look.
move. They don't move. They are dead still.
Yeah.
I don't mean like a chameleon sweat. They're dead still.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even stretch out their necks and close their eyes to be extra camouflaged.
And if they're up against a tree, a chunk of a tree, they match the bark perfectly.
Yeah, so you won't see them.
Yeah, you could be staring right at it.
However, the ones on this trip, we saw a couple move their heads and blink, which was great. For example, this video. Wait. So this is from Columbus Zoo, which we'll do on a later date. You can see he moved his head. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We freaked out. However, that's not the crazy thing. This is catching the end of one flying
which he did multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes, we have proof.
Like, my entire family is just shocked.
Yeah, we're just in
Oh,
awe.
also, this little mammal right here is a bush-tailed beotong. I'll just mention him because you can see him. Little marsupial, very cute. But yeah, so
Yeah.
tawny frogmouth. I only caught the end of it, and
But then he flew like 6 more times.
yeah. So the tawny frogmouth police are definitely coming to burn the evidence right now. If you're seeing this, maybe lock your doors tonight. I'm actually like, okay, people, that's an old thing. People lock their doors now. But anyway, yeah. So, but yes, very cool to see tawny frogmouths actually
It was
moving.
crazy.
And they live in Australia and Tasmania. Basically everywhere,
Yeah.
you know, Mediterranean, shrubland, savanna, deciduous, island, rural, and herb. You'll find them in parks in Australia. They're
They
everywhere.
probably live in more places, and we just can't find them.
Wingspan 3'2", length 1'9" to 1 foot 1 to 1'9", and their weight is 10.5 ounces average in females and 12.5 ounces average in males. So they're not small birds either.
No.
But you won't see them.
Yeah.
Class Avis, order Podagriformes, family Podagridae, which is these kind of
They
big
could give
birds
seminars
that
on
hide.
camouflage
And they
to
al-
chameleons.
Also,
I mean,
they are
it's
like
just-
owls. They're nocturnal, and they do eat small animals, but they also eat insects. Well, some owls eat insects. And also, they have normal bird feet, while owls have, like, the special, like, 2 toes
Yeah.
front, 2 toes back.
Yeah.
So they do look like owls, but they're not. But they do have many similarities. That's not an accident. Big eyes for nighttime, camouflage, you know.
Do they have kind of that silent flying?
I don't believe so. But also, they're not like bird of prey.
Yeah.
They will eat bugs and, like, maybe small
Yeah.
critters if they can catch one. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
The
crazy.
camouflage on these birds is insane.
I think I've seen tawny frogmouths in my life 100 times.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them move 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I've seen them fly once.
Yeah.
Which at this, he flew multiple times, but I
But
saw
the
one
same
fly.
bird,
I
right,
only
right,
saw
right.
one fly, yeah. Maybe the one Columbus flew at some point, maybe, but still, like,
Yeah.
Also, a big difference, I will say, was that many of the tawny frogmouths we saw on this trip were in nocturnal houses.
Yeah.
While the ones at most zoos I've been to are just in
You're
a
seeing them
habitat.
daytime. Yeah.
So those ones are sleeping, while the ones I saw are like, so nocturnal houses, they kind of, first of all, they use red light during the day.
less disruptive.
Which is also, like, they've been finding that's good for exploring the deep ocean, too, because animals are less disturbed. But two, they have it so their night is our day, and their day is our night.
Yeah.
But with that, so they have red lights on, so yeah.
So that you can kind of see.
Yeah. So, and also, I will say, nice tip, if you want to see an animal better, if you actually take a video and watch through the video, it actually, the phone...
Oh, yeah, the phone camera will...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, remember, no flash, that hurts the animal's
Yes.
eyes. Zoos don't say that to be rude, it literally can hurt the
It was
animal's
really
eyes.
dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, think about, like, you don't really, if you stare at a light too long, it's bad. So imagine if animals had to deal with it all the time, especially if they have more sensitive eyes, just...
Well, I equate it to you're wearing night vision goggles.
Well, okay, the one thing is, yes, there's an index, but they have these,
Oh.
which I can use. You probably
I
can't.
use that.
Like,
But yeah, think if you were wearing night vision goggles, which is what these nocturnal animals have.
yeah,
very
frogmouth,
sensitive
page
eyes.
117.
And somebody just boom turns on a flashlight. It's painful.
Yeah. So,
Dangerous.
here is the frogmouths page, and the tawny frogmouth is the most famous, and where is he? Is he not on this page? Is he on the next page?
Probably camouflaged.
No, he has to be on this page. Where is he?
Well, frogmouth right here.
Oh, tawny. So yeah, here. Sorry, the name was in this weird corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these are tawny frogmouths. And you can see they have a lot of closely related birds. Mm-hmm. Oil birds. That could be a podcast itself. Oil birds are crazy. But yeah, so tawny frogmouth. And you can see, like, when their head is up, they look like a shtick. Like, you can see these guys look kind of like a little squat bird. But these guys, they put their heads out to kind of camouflage, and they look like a stick.
And actually, if you want to see, remember, if you happen to have this book, these QR codes will take you to videos of the birds.
That's what they do?
Yeah. It's not just videos, photos, sound recordings.
Cool.
Yeah. He's got a bunch of other resources with videos,
Yeah.
so he doesn't use that much.
So, yeah.
But that's the point of those
So that's
books,
our
yeah.
bonus animal.
Bonus. Woo, woo.
Go to the local zoo. You'll probably find one.
Yeah,
That'll
tawny
be ours.
frogmouth's pretty common at zoos.
Yeah. Podagus strigatordis. And Strigototus kind of
Podargus,
reminds me of the...
Strigoides.
that kind of reminds me of the scientific name for owls. So that,
okay.
Which, to be clear, they're not related.
They're not related,
but I bet
yeah.
when the scientists were naming it, they're like, "Oh, this reminds me of that."
Yeah.
Or whatever that means
Is a crossover.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Hope you all enjoyed. This was cool. I like talking about these animals. And see you next time for the North Carolina Day 2, where we'll have more Desert Dome, but also talk about North American animals.
Nice. All right.
Enjoyed. See ya.
Pino's out.
Bye-bye.